Oh, hi. Hi, kids. Welcome. It's Bondzee Live on Tripping with Bondzee. Let me get my glasses on so I can read my goddamn screen. It's wild. I've never needed glasses until my eyesight in the last even 2 months has just plummeted. And I mean plummeted. Anyways, welcome to Bondzee Live. It's episode 111 on Tripping with Bondzee on YouTube and the Dean Blundell Network, as well as Facebook. But really, Facebook? Who's watching there anymore? Is anybody? Hi, bro. Jack Reedford. Thanks for watching from, are you in BC or Alberta right now? I can never keep up with you, dude. Anyways, thanks for watching the show. Thanks to everybody who tunes in, whether it's on the Dean Blundell Network, Bondzee Live, or wherever. I don't care. We got a great show for you tonight. We got the one and only Trusty Truster. Also, his birth name is Rich Misener. His mom be mad if I didn't give his real name. The dude's a legend. He has worked with a ton of Canadian bands. He's a director. He's a musician. He's an artist. He was a spray paint. He was one of them badass graffiti artists back in the day too, which I forgot to put in my notes, but I will definitely, hopefully I remember to ask him about that because he's big into the graffiti as well. And he's got a surprise for me. So this dude, I love him to pieces. He sent me a picture last night, and it was a white t-shirt laying on this bed, and it just had Bondzee in huge marker. And he goes, wait and see. So that's all I got so far. So can't wait for Rich to join the show. He'll be with us in about 15 or 20 minutes from his boat that he just bought it. And so it's like, I think he bought the boat right around the same time I bought the bus. Now, he had to wait a little while to get said boat into the water because it was March. Anyways, he's super proud of it. I can't wait to talk to him about it. It's named Jose. So we'll ask him where all that comes from and everything. Anyways, look forward to that. So stick around about maybe 10, 15 minutes. Listen, before I go any further, I would like to introduce a new producer tonight. We'll see how this goes. He's a bit of a hooligan. I love this guy though. Welcome, Sean. How are you, bro?
Peace, buddy.
It's been a hot minute since we've seen each other. I think, did you leave before I left to hit Tennessee to get the bus?
A couple days, yeah.
Yeah, I think we were pretty close. So both of us, pat on the backs to both of us, by the way. We both got the hell out of Aurelia. You took off to BC, where you still are, but now you switched. You're on Vancouver Island, right?
Pender Island now.
Pender Island.
Southern Gulf Islands between the mainland and the island.
Nice. So how big is this island compare just small
like,
or what?
Yeah.
So does your life basically consists of ferry rides now? Is that how it goes?
Just a hippie, man. Full on hippie.
Yeah. Attaboy. Yeah. Smoking dope, living on the ocean basically, and riding boats.
Living the life, man.
And now producing for the legendary show that is Bondzee, now broadcasting on the Dean Blundell Network. Thank you very much.
After many attempts.
Right. So, welcome to the show. Have a great time back there, and maybe we'll chat in a bit.
Having said that, Pender Island is quite the remote location, so the connection is shoddy at times.
No problem. Well, so far
here and there.
Yeah, so far so good. Right on. Such a good dude. Knowing that guy, jeez, it's a hot minute now. I'm gonna guess about 15 plus. Not 100% sure. It doesn't matter. Good dude nonetheless. And thanks for helping me out on the show tonight. Man, what a few days it's been here. It got to 123 is the highest temperature I saw on my phone. Now, I don't know about you, and I love the heat. I love it. Just ask anybody. That's why I haven't. The only winter I lived in Canada in the past 5 years was just this past winter. Where was that? Yeah, because of COVID, obviously. So it's I hate the cold, but God damn it, not a big fan of 123, 122 in that range, especially on a tin can where 2 of the air conditioners out of the 4 don't work. The third one struggles like a son of a bitch, and the fourth one, even in that kind of heat, it struggles too. Man, you want to talk about making a mint? If you are in the A air conditioning business, do yourself a favor and hightail it down to the Palm Desert, Palm Springs region, because during these months, dude, these guys work night and day. I can't even get anybody here to come and look at my air conditioning units. And if I do, large De Niro's. Oh, man. Anyways, yeah, so it's been crazy here. I actually, thanks, a big shout out to my buddy Rob, who lives here. He was kind enough to invite me over for a couple of days and slept in some nice cold air conditioning bedrooms. And the whole house was actually, yesterday I was there till 7:00 last night. I had to come back to the bus. I forgot something that I desperately needed to do some scripts. So I actually ended up coming back here last night. And I was kind of thankful. It was so goddamn cold in his house, and now I'm just a guest. I'm not going to be going and touching his pad. He was at work. He works like 12 hours a day, and I was freezing my ass off. I actually went outside, he has these ginormous like beach towel things, and there was old Bondzee yesterday working away, typing on my computer, writing and blogging and editing videos, and freezing my ass off, wrapped in one of these huge thick beach towels. Anyway, what an experience. It was nice to get back to the bus. I'm not gonna lie, it was nice to be out of the. It did get too hot on here. I had to get out of here. So thanks to Rob for letting me come to his house and get off this bus for a bit. But now we're here, and we'll be here for the duration. It's supposed to get down to a chilly 106 next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So, and you think I'm kidding. Now, listen, chilly's a bit of a stretch, but when it's been 122 and 123 and now pretty steady at 113 for the next few days, 106, 105 is quite nice, actually. So, yeah, I'm happy to be back on the bus because I got everything, and I'm a routine guy, okay? So, I need thanks, Trusty. I just got a private message from him. He's patiently waiting backstage. Yeah, so I'm routine, and I like to get up here. I like to go for a walk with Tucker before it gets too hot and the pavement gets too hot. And then about 3 or 4 o'clock, we mosey on over to the gym in the pool. We jump in the pool real quick. Now, it's not really that refreshing because the pool is like what we would have our hot tub at, basically, because the sun just beats down on it all day. There's not a plethora of shade over there at the pool area, if you will. So, but it's nice to just jump in, get wet, go run 5K, pump some weights, and then shower, come back, and continue to work. That's my life. And I kind of like it. Other than that when it gets too fucking hot, it's a little much. But other than that, I'm a big fan of waking up, beautiful scenery, mountains, palm trees every single day. The golf courses here are stunning. Oh, man. I've been playing great down here. I'm swinging so well. This is actually some of the best golf I've ever played. And that's pretty good for I didn't play for a month, and I went out and shot back-to-back 85s, 84 respectively. Not a big deal. And those are legit. No fluffing, no fucking mullies and stuff. I was playing with dudes. So there was money on the line in the one game, and the other one, it was just a guy I just met, and you don't want to be that guy, Oh, just going to hit another one. Oh, just going to hit another one. Anyways, I love it here. I do. I really do. And I might be staying. I'm not sure. I'm all done the insurance stuff with the bus. We've got that all sorted out. So, well, we haven't got it all sorted out. My end is all sorted out. Sent it all the way to Progressive, who I'm pretty sure after putting in 6 claims, they're going to dump my ass. But listen, I stand to get a pretty good paycheck, or at least get the bus fixed, and then we'll determine what happens from there. But my oldest son, who lives in Santa Monica, we've been talking recently about it looks like I'm not going to say 100%, but we are working towards getting a house together in the Santa Monica region, if you will, probably a little more closer to LA. And between the two of us, either he's going to get his car shipped here or I'm going to. No, that's the other one. Nice try, though. But that's Brad. Big shout out to Brad. Anyways, the pricing's pretty up. No, I wouldn't say affordable. That might be a bit of a stretch, but the pricing pricing of renting a house for me and my son isn't as bad as I thought it could. Now, it's not great. It's fucking double what my mortgage was, but we'll be splitting it. So, that's a bonus. And it'll be nice to get down there. So I'm in the midst. I'm about 3/4 done my reel for agents and potential clients in LA. I'm an asshole to myself. I've slapped myself a couple times because I got so angry. It's like, why can't you do that right? Stupid idiot, smarten up. I'm a perfectionist, and this has to be perfect because you only got one shot in LA, and I'm here, and I'm not leaving here without giving it a go. So my reel has to be toot sweet. It has to be tight, and I need to finish it toot sweet because the time's a ticking. And I need some headshots done soon, and I'm this close to having an agent. So a lot of things are coming together. I work my ass off on this bus, and it's been nice not having, I shouldn't say that. I have friends here, but it's nice being focused and hyper-focused. I busted out almost 14 hours of work yesterday. The only break I got was to go from A to B, and then I started reading scripts last night about 7:30, 8 o'clock. I finally had to give up because I was getting so angry. I was just tired. My mouth was like, blah, 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 blah. I couldn't speak. And when you read scripts for a living, it's pretty essential that you speak. I'm going to get to her. Now, I'll get to her right now. You put up the picture. Now, remember your parents? Put that back up for a sec, please. Remember your parents always saying, we always used to do this as a kid. Me and my brothers, we sit there and we'd be like, you try to get your mouth as wide open as you could. Maybe shove a whole bunch of marshmallows or whatever it was in there, chips. and your mom would always go, yeah, you stop that right now. Your bloody mouth's going to stay like that if you keep doing it. Yeah, Mom, it's good. Well, apparently it's true. This one just didn't listen. And her mouth stayed like that. I've never seen a bigger gob in my life of you. Like, Jesus Christ, that right there takes the cake. Imagine getting a blowjob from that. Unless you were like, what's his name, Peter North or something, or with a cannon on you. Anybody's penis is gonna look small in that size of a mouth. I don't care how big it is. Holy mackerel. Anyways, that came across my feed, and I had to put that up. And I'm not making fun of her. I'm just saying that's a pretty big gob. Now, I've been told I have a mouth that big in the sense of this, not this. You know what I'm saying? All right. Well, listen, without further ado, I don't want to keep him waiting too long. This guy's a pretty big deal, and he doesn't want to sit here all night and twiddle his thumbs and wait for old Bondzee. So, folks, without further ado, welcome to Bondzee Live. It's Trusty Truster. Rich Misener, where are you? I'm bringing you up, but you're not popping up on my screen. That's weird. I've never seen that happen before. Let me bring up my notes here.
To that, right?
Oh, maybe you're frozen. All right. Hey, man, how are you?
All right. Hey, man, how are you? Does this work?
So, Rich is on his boat in the I haven't asked him his permission yet if I can tell everybody where he is, because I love where he is. I'm very familiar with the establishment in the area, but he is on a boat, so the Wi-Fi is sketch. We're getting some feedback too. Rich, do you have headphones by chance? I've probably forgot to mention that, didn't I? We were a little concerned about the Wi-Fi and Rich's connection being on a boat in the middle of. How's that? All right, dude. Perfect.
Should be working.
Yes, now I can hear you. Yep.
Is it working?
Yeah, guy. Welcome to Bondzee Live.
Does this work now?
It's working.
Okay.
Hey,
how are you, pal?
Yeah, I'm great. So I'm getting a bit of feedback, so people are too. I probably forgot to let you know about headphones. Do you have any handy?
I got some, yeah.
Sorry, dude, my bad.
No worries.
Anyways, folks, while he gets his headphones, It's Rich Misener, Trusty Truster. Now, this guy, maybe I'll shut up for a second because they're getting gnarly feedback.
Hold on, man.
We're all good. Sorry, this is my bad.
It is. It's your bad.
Yeah. How are we now?
Hold on. I don't even know how to do this. So hold on.
Okay, you're on my speaker.
What's going on, man?
I added a speed pass, so you should be fine on my own.
Oh,
Did you get it?
This is so annoying. I'm almost there, pal.
All right, buddy. Oh, in the meantime.
Oh, here we
Oh,
go.
How about Miley Cyrus? Is it just me, or am I the only one that just wants to absolutely? Oh, Bondzee, that's enough.
Hold on, pal.
God, I just find her so sexy. Sorry about the feedback, folks. We're working on it here. Technical difficulties, which I'm sure you've had plenty of in your career, Rich, working on the road.
Hey,
There we go.
Stop talking so loud. Greg. Yeah, is this better?
Yeah, that's way better. No more feedback. But then your connection went out again. Oh, we're struggling here, folks. Technical difficulties on a live show. You got to love them, eh? But we're not getting feedback anymore, at least. So hopefully Rich he's going to keep plugging away at that for a second here. Hopefully we can get him back on. Yeah, why don't we talk about Team Canada for a second while Rich works on that? Derek Jerome Gibson's watching from the Hamilton, Ontario region. He says, go Team Canada, women's soccer. Yeah, what a bloody great win today. Now, one of the downfalls of living on the West Coast, and there's not many, is that game being in China and everything, it was on at like 4 or 5 o'clock this morning. Yeah, sorry, dude, but Bo Bonzarelli does not get up that early. Unless it was for a round of golf, I'd be up at like 5 or 6. But to get up and watch women's soccer at 5 in the morning, sorry, not even for a gold medal. And that's the way it's going to go. All right, let's try this one. How's that, bro? Test
working?
1, 2.
It's working for me.
All right, there we go.
Thank God.
Perfect. Welcome to the show. It's Bondzee Live on
Hi,
Tripping
Greg.
with Bondzee and the
How are
Dean
you?
Blundell Network. It's Rich Misener, Trusty Truster. Now, am I allowed to say, I won't say exactly where you are, but can I say the region where you're at?
No.
On your fancy new boat?
Well, I'm on the boat.
Yeah, in we'll just say
Georgia Bay.
the Midland Penetang region. It's a pretty vast area. Georgia Bay. Before we get started, how is life on Georgia Bay on your boat right now?
It's pretty good. When it's not raining, it's it's pretty good.
Right on.
We've found all the leaks so far, so
Okay.
you know.
Well, welcome to the show. It's a pleasure having you, dude.
Hey man, it's awesome to be here. I really appreciate this. This is great.
Yeah, it is. So we've known each other, well, for a while, but we knew each other, I think, for years and years before we ever met. We were social media pals through Our Lady Peace, more or less. Not more or less, it basically was. You've done a lot of work for Our Lady Peace in the past, which we'll dive into. And that's essentially how we met on the fan pages, all that stuff. And then we finally met at a concert, and it was Burlington. And you were filming the show.
Sound of Music or something?
The Sound of Music, that's right. Right on Burlington on the waterfront. What a fabulous venue for a concert, by the way.
It's a killer festival.
Yeah, and dude, your drone footage from that day, just all the footage in general, incredible. So People can go check that out on YouTube, I think. We'll get to that. Take that down. Whoa. Settle down. Settle down. My producer's new. He's a little heavy on the pictures there. Excuse me. So we're at the show in Burlington. Now I'm standing beside this beautiful girl and these lovely older couple, and I thought the show had started, and I kept seeing them like looking at Duncan Coots' way and stuff, but I assumed it was his parents and maybe his wife or something. But then all of a sudden, you pop out of nowhere and you're standing there and you're like, and you were talking to them, and I was like, "Hey, Trusty Truster, it's Bondzee." We never met, and it was like, "Oh, hey, dude." Anyways, it turned out that was your now wife, correct?
No, it was at the time.
Oh, sorry, dude. Sorry. At the time, yeah. Way to go, Bondzee. Hold on, let me just pull that foot right out of my mouth. Yeah. Anyways, it was that her and her parents, correct?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So, anyways, we finally got to meet, and then we've been pals ever since. Kept in touch. It's amazing how much we have in common between our love of the same bands, golf. It's funny. I always see you playing down at Waterleaf in Bradenton. Speaking of ex-wives, I used to have a house down there too.
Yeah. I'm trying to fix my hat here, but the thing's backwards, so it's like, there we go. I think
there you go. It looks fab.
Yeah, my mom lives down at Waterleaf there, so.
Dude, I love that place. Now it's easily one of.
Man.
It's the hardest course. It's if not the hardest course, one of the 2 or 3 hardest courses I've ever played in my life.
And you see those tips, when you see those black tees.
Oh, I couldn't even imagine playing for back there.
There's tees back there on the other side. It's like a different zip code over there.
Right. Now I can hit a pretty long ball, but I already got eaten up at that course when I played there years ago, but I couldn't imagine playing from the tips even now. So, I love that place. I love seeing your.
I'll be down there in November.
When are you heading down there?
So bring your big ass bus by. I'll find a place for you to park.
Well, I'm not sure that's going to happen. I think me and the bus are I think we're going to break up.
Oh, no.
We'll see. Never say never. But, I think the whole traveling thing for me on my own, it's just not working out. I had a great time, 4 months on the road. I am now hunkered down. I'm really enjoying being hunkered down. I get a lot more work done. I make a lot more money. So yeah, I'm not sure what's going to go on. I'm waiting on things. The bus needs to get fixed. I did banged her up a bit, bud. And so we're waiting to see. I'm either going to sell it or keep it. And I just don't know yet. So we'll see.
But
well, geez, I would love to live on a boat. I'm not going to lie. I really would. Not up in Georgian Bay though. Because the winters would be a tad harsh, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Anyways, geez, so let's get right into it. So tell us about, you do so many things. You wear like 14 hats in work. You're a director, you're an artist, you're a musician, and we'll get into that. We're gonna talk about your brand new band, Inland Doves, coming up.
Cool.
But you do so many things. Where are we at with what's your main things right now, or is it still a potpourri of everything?
Yeah, man, just
it is, isn't it?
The last almost 2 years. I mean, everything's been fucked. So
yeah.
It's just it's always just random stuff, and I don't know. It's kind of always been doing that, from like painting graffiti and shit back in the day to just always doing something different, and I don't know. I just never seem to get bored if I do that. It's always digging and fucking hustling and well, I mean, not hustling, but
But in a sense, it really is, because you're not just that. Oh, I got to get up and go to work today, 9 to 5 fella down at your grocery.
I did that for 2 years. I don't know, man. I mean, it was cool, and I'm still friends with a bunch of guys I worked with, and I learned a bunch of shit, but that wasn't for me, man. I literally would be like, well, why do I have to come to work today? And I'm like, well, that's your job. I can stay home and do it. Like,
Right.
no, that's not how it works. I'm like, well, you'd save some money. You don't need my desk. I got my own computer and shit. But they didn't see it my way. So
It's funny how
I'm
they
not that guy.
yeah, me neither. But it looks like a lot of people have learned to. Yeah, I've literally fly by the seat of my pants, dude. Much like yourself, but you are a little more structured. Now you've done. Before I get into all that, I forgot to write it in my notes, and you reminded me. The graffiti thing. I've always seen and known that you've been a big graffiti guy. How did that start? So take me right back. Where does this artistic talent come from? Because, my friend, you got some serious artistic talent.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. I have no idea, man. I don't
really, Not from you, like your
always-
parents weren't.
Always, nah. I'm adopted, so I don't even fucking know anything about it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, ever since I was a kid, just drawing and not paying attention in school, and
Yeah,
then
out spray
What was
painting
it?
graffiti all over the place.
yeah, so it was like OAC art. You know, grade 13, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
I decided because you have to have like a thesis kind of thing, like a theme or whatever. So I was like, fuck, I think I'm gonna just start painting graffiti, and so I learned, and, you know, how to use a spray can and shit, and I'd be in my garage just like huffing paint like for days, just like not even realizing it's bad, and then I started going out and like trashing shit and taking pictures of it. Year.
I think we're losing you a bit there, pal. Put your arm up in the air or something. Maybe you need with a coat hanger. Damn, we lost him. Anyways, we're with Trusty Truster, Rich Misener. This guy has done it all, right from starting with spray painting, graffiti. Probably he was one of them hooligans back in the day. And now he's done so much more, and he's living on a boat right now in Georgian Bay, and that's why his connection is a little shoddy, because he's living on a boat in the water in the middle of Georgian Bay. Okay, so we'll try and get Rich back here in a second. Hopefully we can get back to that. So why don't we touch on a couple other stories here? So yeah, I was talking about the Olympics are going on. The women's soccer team today. How about that? Oh yeah, I was saying before we got Rich back. Let's see if he's there. We go. How's that, bud?
Hey.
Perfect.
I don't know. Sorry about that, man.
It's all good, dude. I mean, we knew this was a possibility.
Did that shit in?
So take me back to graffiti for a second.
Yeah.
Did you ever get arrested or in big shit?
I got like 100% in art that year, and then I just started. Some friends were friends.
Did you ever get in trouble or arrested for doing graffiti? Fuck, we are just not connecting here, yo. Goddamn technology, eh? You'd think in 2021 this would be way better.
Okay.
Now, maybe in...
Okay.
There we go.
Are we back?
You're back.
Are
Yep,
we good?
I got you.
Shit, man.
Yep.
Sorry.
It's all good,
I'm just
dude.
bouncing around these marina Wi-Fis.
Yeah, no worries. So my last question was to you. We were talking graffiti. Did you ever get in trouble or arrested back in the day when it was kind of more frowned upon?
Yep.
You did, eh? That's
did.
awesome.
Yep. Yeah,
Awesome.
I got busted once, and I just got like a summons or whatever. And then one time I was out with some real graffiti guys, you know, like fucking legends from Toronto. And I had gone around the corner and painted something, and I come back and they did this fucking like 100-foot long thing, and I was just sitting there watching, and like 8 cruisers came in and like grabbed us and like slammed us to the ground, like don't fucking move, knee on my head and shit.
Come
And,
on.
Swear to God. And I'm like, I didn't do shit.
For
They're
a
like,
can
"Oh,
of spray paint.
Yeah, they're like, of course you didn't do anything. And I'm like, I swear to God, I didn't do anything. I swear. And so on the way, they're driving me to the station, and I'm shitting my pants, man. And
I bet.
I tell them, I'm like, you guys are gonna be sorry when you find out I didn't do anything. And they locked the brakes up, and my fucking head hit the grill. It looked like I had a waffle iron on my head. And they turn around, they're like, how easy it would be for us to take you down this alley and beat the shit out of you, so shut the fuck up. And I was like, okay. I started crying.
Wow.
I was like 20 years old, just crying. Like, they take me to the station. I'm like, all shackled up. I have to go get a mug shot and shit. The guy's like, hey, you fucking criminal, like, smile for the idiot bird and all this shit. And I'm getting fingerprinted. They throw me in a cell. They pull out my drawstring from my hoodie, brand new West Beach hoodie, like fucking. I'm like,
really?
What do you do that for? He's like, well, I don't want you to hang yourself.
Oh yeah, you're not
dude,
allowed any shoelaces or anything.
Bend over, cough, the whole fucking 9 yards, and then I'm sitting in there and I'm kicking the door like in a movie, like I want my phone call and shit. And I'll tell you, you don't get your phone call when you want one. They'll let you know, right? And,
of course not.
So the guy comes in, he's like, our shift's over. Like, you're going to the Don jail for the weekend. And I fucking started losing it, man. It was like I could just imagine, like, oh, what are you in for? It's like, oh, I killed fucking 8 people. I did this. It's like, what about you? It's like, oh, I painted this thing. It was like pink and had some bubbles and shit. Like, so yeah, it was like a year-long court thing. And by the time we went to the final trial, that we had been going to that same wall and taking pictures, and it got painted 25 times or something, and we had these date stamp photos.
Yeah.
And we presented that, and the judge was like, well, fuck it. And then the guy who owned the building, he got so pissed he punched a fucking hole in the wall of the court.
No way.
Oh yeah, like right in front of us when we were walking out. And then the whatever, what are they, bailiffs or whatever, they came over and grabbed him, and we were just like, holy shit.
Wow.
But yeah, I had to, that one just cost money for that. And then I got busted another time, and I had to pay restitution or something. So I went and watched like 9 guys in 3 city trucks paint this wall that I could prime, that I did prime in about 40 minutes, and they took like 2 days to do it. Like these city dudes, they're just like,
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I got in shit, but I never got convicted or anything. So
right on.
I definitely got arrested, and for a while at the border and stuff, they'd ask me about that. But yeah, I was lucky not to get totally fucked. But yeah,
isn't it amazing how it's so frowned upon, and you're treated like a goddamn criminal for being artistic?
Well, the funny thing is, my buddies are making 6 figures now painting the same bridges we used to trash. And it's like, okay,
yeah,
now
is
it's
that
street
wild?
art. It's like,
yeah, exactly.
Whatever.
And I've seen it everywhere. I mean, I've been to 8 states in 3-4 months, and it's everywhere. So it's maddening how it's. I'm glad it's come a long way, and I'm glad we can sit here and laugh about it now. And then you never got in big trouble.
Yeah.
Moving
my
on.
Parents proud,
Oh, of course, they must have just loved that. So your art. And it got you further in life, obviously, than just painting walls and getting in shit. You started doing other stuff. You blossomed into a director and artist. So you did a lot of stuff for a lot of Canadian bands, including Our Lady Peace. Which, how did your relationship ever start with Our Lady Peace?
I was thinking that you're gonna ask me this, and I got it down to like fucking a 1-minute story.
Okay.
I was watching breakfast TV. I saw this band. I'm like, fuck, this band's cool. They're like, our record comes out tomorrow. I went to the mall, bought the record, rolled up to a red light beside my buddies. I'm like, you gotta hear this band. They're fucking awesome. My buddy turns to me. He's like, that's my brother. I'm like, sweet. So Maida is a friend of mine's older brother, right? And I just never put it together that was him. Like, that's not the guy I used to see at the house and stuff. Like, this guy looked all cool on fucking breakfast television and shit. So I'm like, sweet, this is great. I can probably get like free tickets and shit now, and I love this band. And then about 2 years later, my dad calls me. He's like, "Oh, Rich, you gotta come up north, man. Coots is in a band called like I Mother Peace." I'm like, "I Mother Earth?" He's like, "Nah." I'm like, "Our Lady Peace?" He's like, "Nah." And he's like, "Just come up." So I went up. I was at the Key to Bala.
Oh,
And,
perfect.
I walk in there, and I go to the merch table. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm here to see my buddy Coots." And he's like, "Oh, the guy's name's Duncan." And I'm like, "Well, fuck." So I'm sitting there watching. They come out. There's Coots. Hey, Coots. And Coots has known me since like before I even knew I had like toes and shit. So
No way.
my grandparents and my great grandfather and his grandfather were in business together, and our
Okay.
parents had become friends. And we used to go up to his cottage and we'd hang out, and he used to scare the shit out of me and make me cry and make me listen to Kiss records and shit. So now I'm like, sweet, I can go to any show I want. This is
Yeah,
awesome.
right.
Like, I know two guys in my favorite band, and then I just bugged the shit out of them for years, asking them to do work for them and stuff. And then one day I got they hit me up to do a website on that Burn record, and then they sent me the album art, and I saw it, and I was like, fuck, this is not the album art that like my favorite band would have. So I
Really?
just fucked around with it for like 15 minutes, and I sent it around, and they're like, "Oh yeah, let's go with this direction." So whatever, we finessed it over the couple weeks and stuff,
Sure.
and then I ended up, designing like, they're definitely one of my favorite bands.
Yeah.
I got to design their album, and then they
It just went on from there.
Yeah, they had me out to a show one time. We're just sitting catering, having dinner, and they're like, "You should come out and sell T-shirts on the road." And I said, "Fuck, okay." I don't know. I've never sold anything in retail, or I don't even know how that shit works.
But
So,
hey,
like,
I'll go on the road with you guys.
Yeah, they're like, "Go tell the tour manager you're coming on tour." So I go tell her. Name
No
was Louise
shit.
at the time, and she's like, "I don't know what the fuck you're talking about." She's British. I said, "I don't know. They told me to tell you." And literally, fuck man, 10 days later, I was in Dallas. And like,
No
just
way.
fucking up night after night of like counting this merch and money and shit. And then it's like, they're like, "Get a camera and start filming shit." And then that's, I just.
So you
I've
hadn't
never done
even
that.
you never had any experience before that, dude?
Nah,
You've got to
man,
be.
nothing.
You got to be
Nothing. I
joking.
mean, I used to make skateboard videos when I was like 9. I had like this Fisher Price camera.
God
Used to
damn it.
record on those audio tapes or whatever, the PXL 2000. But other than that, man.
So you
So
owe
I
you
just-
owe Our Lady Peace huge now, because they basically
Fucking
started what you are today. Because dude, that you start with Our Lady Peace and a camera. They tell you to go get one. How many countless videos now for Canadian bands? I can't believe it, dude.
Yeah, man. It's,
Rhyme off
yeah.
some bands that you've done videos for. I Mother Earth, right? You've worked with.
No, you know what? I've never
no?
worked with them.
Oh, wow.
And Jag, if you can see this, I'm fucking coming for you. But
Figure
well,
11.
yeah, I mean, Finger 11, USS, a bunch of
USS,
indie
great.
bands.
Yeah.
I went down to Dominican Republic and filmed drone shit for Mark Anthony, the king of fucking
Yeah.
salsa or whatever.
Aw.
I've done a couple videos for this guy from India called Farhan Akhtar. He's like the Brad Pitt of India, like the guy.
No
I
way.
had no idea how famous he was, and then the guy changed his fucking clothes in my office at my house. It's like, and he's got like his team with them, and they're just looking at me like, "You don't know Mr. Farhan," and I'm like, I don't. But
Wow.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, not a ton of like big names and shit, but
Yeah, but still, it's fun, dude. I never knew that. I thought you had already had your start in the film industry, if you
No
will,
way,
and
man.
somehow, and that led up to you getting it. I had no idea it started with T-shirts, dude.
If you go back and watch that first shit that I was filming on tour, you'll see me like trying to figure out how to work the Zoom and stuff.
No shit. Well, that's
Yeah.
wild, because I've seen your work lately from not that Burlington show a few years back, but so many other things, videos. So did it turn into a gig where you go out every time with Our Lady Peace when they go on tour now, yeah, and do their videography and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I did for probably a good
When it was
solid
going
10
on.
years and stuff, and then I did that last tour with the ultimate tour with Bush and Live. I did
Right.
I don't know, half of that tour down in the States, and then did the somersault thing. And then now I don't know what the fuck's going on, so hopefully they'll
Yeah.
call me again when
Yeah.
we do it. We
Oh,
always have a
for
good
sure.
time.
Well, Listen, and now before and I'll get my buddy here to pop up that picture in a second. But so take me back to you did the artwork for the one album, but then were you responsible for Spiritual Machines 1, the all that artwork? No,
No,
I didn't.
that's that guy Ollie Goldsmith, like super
Okay.
fucking talented.
Yeah,
Just
I
artistic
didn't think
madman.
you did, but you did it for Spiritual Machines 2, which my boy can put up that picture now.
I mean, that's
We're allowed
a
to-
big piece of his art on the cover there too. I mean, you see that little guy.
Yeah, pop that back up, Sean.
That's something he made, 21 years ago for the first record.
Yeah.
And, I got sent a big zip file full of all this unused shit, and that thing just stood out to me right away. So made that kind of the focal point of the thing, and
It
was
looks-
just cool. Like, I mean, the guys. Yeah, there you go. I mean, that's what it started with, and just being able to do like a collab with a guy's art from 21 years ago, like that's pretty fucked up and cool. And I've always been a fan of, that's the first Spiritual Machines artwork. Fucking
Dude,
mind-blowing,
killer
So,
stuff.
Trying to emulate a little bit and then just put my own spin on it. And then, a lot of those backgrounds and stuff are just close-ups of my paintings in my house and shit, because I was just like rolling around trying to find textures. I'm like, oh shit, I got a lot of them. So
That's cool. So
I'm just having some fun with those like collagey shit. There's some weird shit in there, like when you see the
there
back
is,
cover,
dude. It absolutely looks amazing, and
that
the
is a
fact
shark
that
right there.
you really encapsulated what the first part of spirit. Oh my God, Spiritual Machines 1. Easy
it
for
out,
me to
Mark.
say. Holy shit, dude! You think I was wasted off my tree? But then and then you take it and make it brand new 2021 Spiritual Machines 2, and respect what the first one was, but put your own spin on it. And dude,
100%. Yeah.
double thumbs. It looks fantastic. When that came out, I think it was about a week or two now it's been out. I was like, shit, well done, son.
Yeah, no one told me that it was that they were gonna release it, so I've been dying to fucking show that. So.
I bet. And
yeah,
listen,
I mean, it was just like, I mean, like I've done so much art for OLP, like from fucking backdrops and merch shit, like just tons of stuff.
yeah,
And when it hits, it hits. So like when I first started sending those comps around, like they were still pretty rough and stuff, but like right away, like made us like, fuck yeah, man, this is cool. And then he goes around to the rest of the people, and then to hear it back from like management and shit, they're like, holy shit, that looks good. Like those guys never say that, right? They're
Yeah.
like, oh fuck, man, you got to put this on there and stuff.
right
And
on.
it was just one of those projects again. I mean, it took a fucking long time. I think I started that in January, but
Is
yeah.
it tough sitting on stuff like that? I just want to show
Oh, yeah,
everybody
man.
like cripes.
Especially like, I mean, for me, I mean, that's a big thing. Like to get that
dude.
opportunity, and like for those guys to trust me with this record, and that, I mean, that's the first thing you fucking see, right?
Yeah,
So,
it really is.
If it was a picture of a pink elephant or something, right away you're gonna make an opinion. So
yeah,
and the when they put it on their socials and shit, like people fucking freaked out. And,
Yeah.
that feels good, man.
I bet.
I mean, I did
you
that
should.
Curve record too, and I dig it, and just having George Chuvalo and stuff on it. And
Yeah,
that whole
right?
Tie-in with the boxing, but that thing did not go over so well with some people, man.
It didn't. I mean, there is it's probably my least favorite album, but that being said, it's still a good album, and I think it wasn't a record that spoke to a lot of people.
I was just talking about the art. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm not about to even get involved with the music.
I
side
got
of
you.
things here,
Yeah, we'll
I like
leave that
everything,
alone then.
man.
But excuse me.
But like people were telling me it looked like a cologne ad and shit. I was like, fuck, it kind of does, man. But I mean, it was a special record, Hanging out with George Chuvalo, and we went to his house and fucking hung out and had dinner and shit.
That's
and then
wild.
He was showing us pictures that no one's really seen. So that picture was not like some fucking picture that was out there.
Right.
That was like from him, from his book,
His personal
he's telling
collection.
his stories, and like the guy's a fucking trip. And then, he lives in Etobicoke, so like Rain and me, we grew up in Etobicoke, so we'd always see you'd see George at fucking 7-Eleven. Just call him the champ.
Wow.
And like it was just cool. And then, fucking 20 years later to go full circle. And I don't know. One of those things. But
Yeah. That's cool. So what's it like working with Rain? And I'm not going to sell you under the bus or anything, but he's a very artistical perfectionist. I would say, like myself, I can't speak for you because I don't know your side of things, but judging from your work and what I've seen, I bet you are pretty hard on yourself too. But yeah, Rain just seems like one of those guys, and these are my words, not yours. It just seems like he's pretty up there and knows what he wants. He knows how it wants to go and how it wants to be, and then he's not going to put up with any bullshit in between. Right?
100%. That's exactly what I was going to say.
And then, there's nothing wrong with that either.
Like, I mean, when you're making art, it's you instantly you get attached to it. So, like if I send something I'm stoked on, he's like, not feeling it, Rich. He says that a lot.
Yeah.
Not feeling it, Rich. and you take it as a hit, and then you gotta remember that it's you're just putting a stamp on the shit that really matters, which is the music,
Right.
And then, when we get jamming together, it's fucking great. Like, we both, and over the years, there's some little things that I know
I'm sure
he
you
likes.
butted heads with Rain.
No, but, like, there's some little things that if I'm really struggling and don't know, I'm like, maybe I'll throw some of these things in there because I know he likes them. And he's like, boom, looks fucking great. And it's like, perfect. And
cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome work with him, and I respect him as a musician, as the fucking.
Yeah, and you've loved him since day one, as have I. So it's amazing how you're the very first day you go by their album, and you look over, you're talking to somebody who's like, oh yeah, that's my brother, and now look, you just did their amazing new artwork for them. So, do we know when that album's dropping? Do you have that information, or is that out yet?
I don't know, man. In January, I asked Len what the deadline was for the art, and they're like now. And I was like,
yeah, right.
Fuck. And then what is it? August now? It's like,
yeah.
Okay. And I literally just finished the last little component, like the page with the lyrics on it and shit. I just finished that this morning before I headed up north. So it's fucking done. I mean, it's gonna come back from printers to label, whatever, with all kinds of. Every printer in the world, even though a vinyl's 12 by 12 inches, everybody's got a fucking different template and like all this stuff. So, there'll probably be a week of back and forth with that. But yeah, as far as me making shit, everything's done, man. So yeah. It's a nice day to talk about it because fuck, I can't wait to clear that shit off my hard drive and put it in the cupboard,
No doubt, no doubt. Kathy Janak says this is super cool and so down to earth, and you're such a cool, simple, down to earth dude. Yourself overall, your demeanor is just like that chill, fun dude. So you must be a pretty good guy to have on the road and have around, or these bands wouldn't keep having you do the things you do. So
sometimes that doesn't translate too well to like positive work ethics, Greg.
Well, you know what? I think you're doing okay though. Speaking of artwork and stuff and photos, do you recognize this photo behind me?
I was just gonna say, you stealing my photo for your background, man?
Well, it's not stealing. It's an homage to a wonderful. Now, can we call? Is it an album cover for the album, or is this just? It is. Okay, I wasn't 100% sure, so we'll get into the band in about 2 minutes. But I want you bought a boat.
What,
I want to talk
break now. Talk about your sponsors.
Doot. All right, we're back.
SeatGeek. You can get your tickets on SeatGeek right now, and if you do, I'll buy you a car. I'm David Dobrik.
David Dobrik. Oh man, you threw me off there. So you bought a boat, and have you always been into boating? Is this something a passion of yours? Never,
well, like I was telling you about Coots's grandfather and my great grandfather. I mean, they started a shipping company on the Great Lakes.
Wow. Yeah, because I saw you posted that photo of that, and I'm very familiar with that area. I used to work there for many, many years. And in fact, I owned a surf shop, kitty corner to where that photo was taken of yours, and I could see that ship all the time. And I did see some of the comments that
for the big waves in Midland Harbor?
Yeah, you thought it was it used to be blue or something, and you had mentioned something about your grandfather knowing that it wasn't. And so I just always wondered if boating was in your family or how it came to be that.
I mean, you know, up until what I was 14 years old. I mean, we had the family company. It was Great Lakes shipping
Yeah.
company. So
Cool.
I grew
So you
up
spent a
on
lot of
ships
time
and-
on Georgian Bay.
Not really Georgian Bay, but I mean, like, we used to go out on 2-week trips on these fucking ships. You know, they'd have a cabin
Really?
for the owner and stuff, and we'd hang out, and I'd probably
No
run around
way.
and piss off all the people. They let me steer these fucking ships and stuff. It's crazy, man. I was
Cool.
like fucking 8, 9 years old, like, woo, like 750-foot laker and stuff, you know.
Damn.
But yeah, and then, you know, my dad had a sailboat, and cottage, and, you know, I had a little tinny when I was fucking 10, 12
Yeah.
years old or something.
So do you have family up in that region? Is that what brings you up there a
No.
lot too? No?
No.
Do you just
I
that's
mean,
where you
this
chose?
This is a place. So the boat, I bought it with my wonderful girlfriend Vanessa, who's
Yeah.
wonderful.
Awesome.
And we actually came up here last summer and rented a houseboat at this marina,
Okay.
and it was kind of like a conversation. Like, are you down with this life? I was like, yeah. Started looking for boats, man. And,
No way.
You know, wintertime happened, so I was like, whatever. And then in the spring, we found this boat, and it's
Awesome.
fucking great. And then we were gonna put it in on Simcoe. We were thinking of putting it on Lake Ontario. As we started bouncing around, this place came up with slips. We know it. Midland's such a cool town. Like, the vibe up here is
Yeah.
cool. The marina's super great. And yeah, it just all worked out, man. It's like
That's-
every day you wake up and you're like, you look over a couple docks and you're like, this is where it all started. It's fucking cool, man.
Wild,
Just,
eh? Yeah. I love the
and,
area
I mean,
too.
Boating's just been, I don't know, it's just in me, man. I don't.
So you spend a lot. Do you spend most of the summer up there and try and get out of the city? Because you do live
Yeah,
down
we're-
in.
in the city like 3 days a week now at most.
Good for you.
Yeah, man. It's
Good
like-
for you.
So I just go home and then just crush it for 3 days. Put in a full week, basically. Try to at least. And then
Right.
cut out. Come up
And then
here
head up.
and just chill. Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. So let's talk. Let's get to the album. You started a band, Inland Doves. Now,
Well,
if
yeah,
memory serves
band's
me,
a bit of a stretch, but
yeah, sort of.
it's a one-man band, I guess. With
Yeah. So we'll get into that.
I
So,
sucked at so much stuff. I had to ask people to help me.
so you were in bands way back when. Like, you actually, I did some research. You were in a couple bands. One you got kicked out of for reasons which you don't mention.
Yeah, osmosis.
That was back in, I think, 2001,
I'm
correct?
still wicked friends with all those guys. And,
Awesome. That's good.
You know, they just
And-
weren't ready for me there, Bondzee.
Well, that's just it, eh? You're ahead of the time, mister.
Pardon me?
You were ahead of the time.
Yeah, I guess.
too
you can
much.
Call it that.
Sure. And then you join another band, kind of, sort of. Do I have that correct? Or
think so.
not really?
Could have been in my hazy days. I don't know.
Maybe.
What? No, I don't think so. No, man.
No.
I was.
Okay.
I was.
I thought, well, maybe you did
You know,
some
I was
music.
always fucking around with music.
Well, maybe that's what I have it a little
And,
maybe bass backwards, but
And then my buddies were in this band, and they were like recording shit on like one of those like analog 4-track things.
yeah.
I'm like, you guys need to like make some shit with a computer. And they're like, what? So I got them over to my house and we plugged some shit in. And I was like, watch this. Like fucking could like instead of just having reverb, you'd be like, here's some reverb, less reverb. They're like, holy shit. So we like tracked a couple songs. And then one day I went to a show and I said, I will throw this fucking chair over this railing if I can join this band. They're like, do it. So I did it, and then I shit you not, man. The next day they're like, rehearsals in like an hour. Like, you better be there. And I'm like, what? And then I showed up to rehearsal, and I don't fucking have any instruments and stuff. I'm like, well, what am I gonna play? So I went down to Lon McQuaid and I bought this fucking sampler thing and like a keyboardy thing. And
No way.
yeah, and then I was like playing gigs in like a week.
Do you know how to play guitar or drums or anything, or no?
Yeah, poorly. Not drums.
Yeah,
I can't
yeah.
fucking. I can play "We Will Rock You." You know, that's about
Right.
just the intro.
Yeah.
And I got boom boom pop.
Drums are tough. Totally.
It's fucking ridiculous. That's why
Right.
like most drummers can't tie their shoes, but they can fucking, make a sandwich over here, paint a fucking Picasso on this side, and probably
Right.
I don't know, do something else with their nose. I don't know. It's crazy.
Drummers are like goalies in hockey. I've always kind of put that correlation together.
That's
They're
great.
just
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
odd ducks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember. So the drummer in that band I was in, Osmosis, we went down. We bought this like Tascam Porta Studio, which was fucking dope. Like, it was like a full digital recording suite, standalone machine with a little screen, and you could fucking track stuff and then put effects on it, and then you could like squish the tracks together and bounce them all to one track. So now you got 7 more available. And we get the thing fucking home. The drummer's like, "What's that big red button for on it?" It's like, dude, like it's a fucking recording machine, like. And like he was the drummer, but then he sits down to track his stuff. He's like it's going crazy. It was
Yeah.
yeah, drummer stuff, man. Interesting.
Drummer
fact.
stuff. Right. So this was before the pandemic. What are we at? 2018. I think you bugger off to Bali, right?
No, I left like right when that shit was popping off.
Oh, no
Man.
way. Okay.
Everyone's like, "Where you're going to Asia? Are you fucked?" I'm like, this is no big deal.
Yeah.
Nothing's gonna happen. Yeah.
And
And
but
it
you made
happened.
up. Yeah, it did happen. but you made out all right. You go to Bali. How long? You were there quite a while, yeah?
Yeah. Well, 30 days.
Yeah, that's a while, mister.
Yeah.
So you go to
for
Bali
I love that place.
and you have one focus and goal. I would love to say I love the pictures. I'd love to go there one day. So you go there with a goal in mind, though. You were like, I want to write a fucking record.
Yep. 100%.
And you did. You went there
Yeah.
and you literally forced yourself. If I have this correct, you would make a song a day, right?
Yeah.
And so-
I mean, there was a couple days where I fucked off to some other islands and stuff to
Sure.
chill, but yeah, man.
But
Every
you
day.
ended up with 15 songs, correct?
Yeah, like 8 ones that I like.
For
6
sure.
that I actually think are good.
And so
4 that are probably good.
that number is dropping rapidly.
Now, there's some stuff there, man, for sure. It's,
Of course there is.
I just been distracted, like, there's like 4 songs done, and there's like another 3, 4 in the can. And then there's some really weird shit, like intro, outro stuff, and
Yeah,
filler. So it's going to be like a front to back thing when it's all done.
that's
It'll
cool.
be,
So
I totally ripped off that band M83. That was my goal. Like
Really?
listening to those records where you fire that thing up and it just
off you go.
takes you to like different places all the way through, and that's kind of what I wanted to try to emulate. And to me, I think it all sounds like that shit, and people are like, "No, it doesn't." But
Yeah.
I'll never
We
say I
always
did
hear
not
our
rip
own
it off.
stuff a little differently, though. Yeah.
Oh, 100%, man. Everything
Yeah.
I do, I think I'm fucking stealing it or something. So I don't know.
So the
And
first single.
I'm not the guy who steals shit, that's for sure.
So the first single, and you've got 2 songs out on YouTube that people can go check out. The
Yep.
band's called Inland Dubs. It's your own creation. Like you said, it's sort of a one-man gig, if you will, with a collaboration of sorts with other artists, and we'll get to that in a second. But you named the first song or single Kuta. Now this is the town you stayed in Bali, correct?
Yeah, it's really fucked up how they do their how they designate areas there.
Yeah.
Like the region's called Kuta. I was in North Kuta, which is like part of I forget, some region that's part of some province. It's like yeah. But I was
So-
staying in North Kuta, and you go to Kuta Beach, and so I was just like, fuck it. The song used to be called Bally Peter, because that's one of my best friends that lives there.
Okay.
So I didn't
Well,
think that would work.
It's a cool song, dude. It's got a great vibe and a
Thanks,
beat
man.
to it where you're just kind of like, you kind of grooving to it,
Yeah,
and then
that
I
was-
read
that was the
somewhere,
thing with that song that just I don't know.
yeah, you could just it's a
while
head
I was
bopping
there,
song.
I was like, it's a song to drive your scooter to, like, pretty drunk.
There you go.
Not that I
Well,
recommend that, but it's got that
No, but in those other countries, well, we've all been there and done it. I lived in Nicaragua for 3 years and owned a scooter
You know it.
and was an alcoholic. So, but do the math. Anyways, it's funny because I read somewhere in my research that you said, don't get, I'm paraphrasing, but it was along the lines of, don't get used to that song because that's not what the album sounds like. Is that correct?
Yeah. I mean, there's a constant theme because it's just fucking. I had like a little MIDI keyboard, this little like Porta Studio thing, and
Yeah.
a bunch of instrument effects and stuff that I dig. So everything kind of revolves around that, and there's like some arpeggiators and stuff that I dig, and I use those. But the whole idea with the thing was right from the get-go. I knew that I wanted like different people to like jump on these tracks and stuff, and like not really fucking tell them anything. Maybe if they ask like what the vibe is or something, I'd say something. But right from the get-go, like I was like, this song would be good with like a girl singing on it or something.
Yeah, and so you did get a girl to sing on it.
Pardon me?
Right? You did get a girl to sing on it for this track that you made.
Well, yeah. It's her.
Peril, right?
Peril from a band called Phantom High.
Phantom High, yeah.
Yeah, her, they, I think, are the preferred pronouns there. But
sure.
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
Super interesting person, and
it's got a great voice.
Oh, it's fucking killer. And like,
yeah,
I put out the instrumental, and they hit me up. We're like, I love this fucking song. I was like, well, how much do you love it? I love it. I'm like, well, you want to sing on it? Fucking right. And I swear to God, man, like 6 hours later, sent me that take.
No way.
And there was a couple things I wasn't really feeling that I just cut out. And then that's what you hear on there. Fuck. Like,
wow.
Totally interpreted the song. They said like it brought them back to this moment in their life. They wanted to sing about that, and it kind of stirred those emotions. So the lyrics, the whole fucking thing. And that's kind of what I was going for. Like, I mean, the music's the music, so it's kind of cool that someone can hear the track and just take it into a fucking place that I didn't even think. Like when I heard that vocal, I was like, oh, I didn't even fucking think of that. Like, that's killer.
Right.
I had a whole different idea in my head, and so yeah. And then the second song, same thing. So.
Yeah, we'll get into that in a second. I had one more question, or not the question, but the video for the song. It's different, but it's simple.
That's low budget stuff there, Greg.
It is, but and I from watching it and then from doing research and reading other articles, you basically wanted to keep. You didn't really have a theme in mind, so to speak, but I love the whole concept. The ending is awesome, dude. So you got this kid, or can't even tell what it's just this person. We'll say that.
That's my buddy's son, Cole. I was
cool.
Like, let's fucking chase him through some alleyways.
Fuck yeah, dude. and it worked. He looked scared. You got some great footage of this face and just running through these alleys, and then somewhere about halfway, 3/4 through the song, you've got these large projected images of peril on this what looks like a drive-in movie screen, right?
Yeah, it's just some garage in the alley. I got this little projector. It's like the same size of my phone.
Wow.
So Peril came to my house and like fucking literally sat in my bedroom with 2 lights.
Come on.
And we just filmed that stuff, and I just cut it together all weird and freaky.
That's really cool. And I mean, the makeup on her, or what? I don't even know how you did it. Is it makeup or?
No, it's some crazy mask. That's just part of the vibe, and that's the character that Peril's created.
It just worked with the whole chasing through with the alleys, and then at the end, I'm gonna ruin it for everybody. Fuck them, because it's so cool to me, and I loved it. The kid finally just turns around, kind of arms crossed, and just stares at the car, and then you pan in on the face, and it's just like got this almost kind of shit-eating grin or whatever. It's like, no, I'm fucking scared of you.
That kid could not smile. It's like, fuck,
awesome.
You're not supposed to be having a good time, man. He's like, I just can't help
Yeah, you're supposed to be scared shitless.
So it ended up working out. So.
Yeah, I love it. So, and then you got Cricket, which we've got this picture here. This cat. This
Look
is
at that
synonymous
beard,
with it's weird. This is is it Marty? Is that Marty?
That's me, man.
That's you?
Yeah, with my stupid banana hat and fucking
Oh
octopus
fuck,
coat.
dude! I had no idea. I like with the hat down, the
And
thicker
like,
beard.
that's
I had no idea that was
huge
you.
Beard. Here, look, check it out.
That's hilarious. He's gonna get the banana hat. I know it.
Yeah, man.
Of course. Ah, dude, that's so cool.
So
Wow,
actually, my girlfriend's kid's been wearing this around.
Awesome. Well,
Hey,
you
put it in the
look like
washer and
Grizzly
shrunk it,
Adams
too.
in the goddamn photo. So I was
Dude,
under
that
the
was my. That was my.
I was under the
that
assumption
was my
that
winter beard there.
that was because this song Cricket does feature this guy Marty, right? From the Well.
Marty from the Well. I
And
don't know. I just call him Marty. He's a cool
yeah,
dude.
right on. Anyways, it's a cool song too, but it's definitely got a different vibe altogether from
Yep.
Cody. My fucking memory. Cuda.
Coda.
Cody.
Cody.
But yeah,
Whatever.
and again, another cool video that goes with it. Simple yet effective, and I think that's kind of your vibe when you shoot videos. Is that something you go into with the keep it simple, stupid kind of feeling
Yeah.
when you do this?
Yeah, it's funny. I've been I've been working with this guy Benji Irwin. Fuck, for almost 4 years. I mean, I haven't worked with him in a while just because of shit. But he's like a real film cat, man. Like he went to school, and the guy, guy runs these like $1 million camera setups and shit. And he's always asking me questions. Oh, should I switch to an 8.5/90? I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, man. Like, let me just see what it looks like. And, we'll do a take. I'm like, we got it. He's like, are you sure we should do it again? I'm like, fuck it, we got it, man. Like, how many times do I need a guy like walking down the stairs or something? Like,
Right.
it's not gonna be like, oh, that was the one, man. Or like a guy walking around the corner. So yeah, it's always, try to do it as simple and easy and as fast as possible. I mean, sometimes just
Time's money.
the nature of a concept or something, it just doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, quick
Cool.
and dirty. I like that shit.
Right
And
on.
lots of in-camera stuff. Like I hate having to fucking go home and like make special effects and shit like that. Like,
Yeah.
it sucks. It just takes the fun out of it.
Yeah.
And I'm not a special effects guy, so
Right.
I usually have to end up fucking watching tutorials and stuff. So
Yeah, you and me both. With me just getting into my sort of editing career over the past 6 months or so. But listen, you've on this album. When can we expect this album out? By the way, is there a time frame for it? No, it's called, and I want to get into that too. And I don't know if I'm going to say this right. I was going to call or text you and say, how the fuck do I say this name? But it's called Karaboken. Okay. Thank you.
Which is like the fucking province or whatever. Or like it's like the district or whatever that Kuda's in or whatever.
Right.
So,
and
they
you
have a big
also
jail
compare
there.
it to your old hood where you and Rain used to live, correct?
Yeah, I guess, it's kind of like Karaboken would be like Etobicoke and Kuda would be like Blue or West. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Hilarious.
or maybe it's the other way around. I don't fucking know. It gets confusing.
Oh, no.
Man. Like, literally, if you send someone your address, it's like this long. It's like,
Wow.
so-
Well, Nicaragua, we don't even have addresses. So you know
that's
what
good.
your address is in Nicaragua? You know that red building, and then they go 3 houses up? There's a crazy tree with this branch. I'm right there. That's your address, dude.
Right
I
by
kid
that
you not.
rock and that dog that barks all day.
My mom is English. She goes, Gregory, I'd love to send you a Christmas package. Yeah, well, it might get here in 3 Christmases from now,
Yeah, exactly.
if at all, right?
It's like, I'll just get it when I come home. Huh?
Yeah. Hold on to her, mom.
But
So
yeah,
listen,
I mean,
you're putting together
I'm
this
hoping to
album.
put it out, like get it all out.
You've got.
I'm just enjoying my summer right now. I have a friend that's
That's cool.
working on vocals for the third one.
Okay.
like a super, super talented, probably the most talented woman in music that I know.
Wow.
Producer, singer, songwriter, like fucking. I think at one point, 2 years ago,
Do we
she
have a
had like
name?
17 fucking songs, like on the charts that she had wrote and produced and stuff. So
Wow.
I asked her about it. She says, I really dig the track. And I think she fucked off on vacation now, though. But so she's working on that. So I'm really, really excited about that. And then, yeah, it's just a matter of finishing off a couple. But I don't know.
Nice.
I'd say,
And you've
like,
also had some other
When
help,
it starts
if I'm
getting
not.
cold, come
Yeah.
out.
Then you'll start working on it. But you've had
Yeah.
some other great help on this album from the likes of a couple of famous fellas from Our Lady Peace by Jason Pierce and Duncan Coots, right? They've been helping out?
And the laser Steve Misener.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
On, he does that solo on what the fuck's that second song called? Crickets.
Cricket.
Yeah.
Dude, I am a massive fan of Steve Misener. When I go to an Our Lady Peace concert, no offense to Duncan, I love Duncan. I love watching him jump around on stage and stuff, but I am enamored by Steve and just watching him wail away on that instrument. He makes it look
Guy's
like
a fucking
it's so
mad
simple.
scientist, man.
Oh.
He's crazy. He
Fuck,
played
he
that
is.
whole Spiritual Machines tour. Every fucking song, every note, just him, man. With like
Wow.
a fucking pedal board that's like 30 feet long. The guy's
Right.
just like, it's insane.
He's a
and, like,
magician on that guitar. He really is.
crazy.
He's my favorite
And he's-
guitarist.
Dude's like the sweetest fucking guy. Man.
Nicest,
I'm
humble,
so-
down-to-earth
I'm
fella I've ever
so-
met.
Yeah, I'm like honored and just so fortunate to call all those guys my friends. But Steve,
I
he's
bet,
always
dude.
been, I mean, Coots is like an older brother, so he's the guy
Yeah.
who just beat the shit out of me, like.
So-
but Steve, just becoming friends with him over, what's
Salt
that,
of the
8
earth,
years or
eh?
something? He's just legend, and it's like
He's super chill. Like, I don't think there's a chiller guy I know out there. And humble. Like, he's just
well,
like,
the best is
la-di-da.
like, great show, man. He's like, I fucked up that one note in the third song. He gets like down about it. It's like, dude,
Yeah.
nobody knew.
Nobody. Everybody's fucking shroomed out or high or drunk. Nobody
you should see him,
knows.
like, you should see him in the studio and stuff. Like, he's just a fucking maniac in the studio and just, I don't know, the dedication to his craft and stuff and his parts.
Yeah.
Just fucking, yeah, man. He's always.
He went to one of the
practicing,
greatest
he's
musical schools in the world. It's not Berkeley. Did he go to
He's the
Berkeley?
real
Was
deal,
it?
man.
Yeah. No, he's the real deal. He knows
Yeah,
everything
it's-
about that.
Yeah.
I love. Like I said, I can't say enough about him. It's almost like he's just a magician with that guitar in his hand, and it's fabulous.
Yep.
Our Lady Peace is lucky to have him. I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you, and you don't have to answer this, but was it a weird transition from Jeremy Taggart to Jason Pierce when Jeremy decided to retire?
Not for me. I love
Sure.
Pierce. That guy's fucking, and just the energy and it was amazing, and you can just see it. I mean, you can just see it. I'm not slagging on Jer or anything at all. I mean, me and him were tight.
Yeah.
And stuff. I don't talk to him anymore, and shit happens and stuff. But it's
Yeah.
not like we told each other to fuck off or anything. It's just
Yeah. Just
but I don't know, man. You go watch a show now, and you hang out. Like, people are smiling and laughing, and fucking Pierce is the goddamn beast. Like,
he is, dude.
he's the human fucking metronome, and he's like,
I love watching him behind that kit. He is
he's
just like,
crazy.
yeah. And I'm a
just
huge
hanging out
Taggart
with him
fan.
Is it just I mean, for me, I mean, I can't speak for everyone else, but I mean, I just get the vibe. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I just brought this, like, the guy's like excited and shit, like
Cool.
OLP is like, I forget what he's telling me. Like, that was like the first record he ever bought himself or something. It
Yeah.
was an OLP record when he's a kid. Like, just played like the shit out of all those songs. So like, the guy gets the gig. He's like, I know every single fucking song, and to see him like start writing with the guys and becoming like a real fucking song
Part of the band.
and just like having,
Because it
the
did
guy can
start
fucking
it.
play all these instruments, can run a studio, the guy can engineer, produce, fucking.
Really?
And he's like the sweetest, nicest dude, and like,
Yeah.
so loving and caring, and like it's amazing. You know,
That's
and he's
cool.
got a fucking tattoo of a panther on his knee. Like, what else you want?
He's got a plethora of tattoos, mister. He's covered.
He's got a few, man. But yeah, I mean,
That's cool because when he started the band, it was announced that, this is fucking years ago now, but it was announced that he was like the interim drummer and blah, blah, blah. But I never, as soon as I saw him hit that kit playing for Our Lady Peace, I was like, they're not getting rid of that cat. He just fit right in like fucking peanut butter and jam, dude.
I mean, I don't even know if like I'm allowed to tell this story. It's not like a bad story, but like we went out to LA when they were doing that song. Fuck. I made the video for it. What the fuck's it called? You know the Goldfish Bowl Girl video?
Oh shit!
The song came out like 5 years ago. It was
Aw,
like a
dude,
poppy song or whatever. But anyways, we're in the studio and he goes in and tracks his parts, and like everybody was like, "Holy fuck, man!" I guess like he's dope at recording too. I mean, the guy's dope at
just
playing live. And
whoa,
he just
whoa.
fucking killed it. I think it was like one shot through the song, maybe two, and he's like, "Okay, I'm done."
Right on.
Fuck, man. Yeah, the guy's just, and then whatever. When I got home with that record, I just asked him to play on. He played on like 4 songs on my record.
That's super cool.
I'd give him a reference or something. He sent me the fucking stems. I'm like, oh man, this song is so much better now.
Wow.
And yeah, the guy's a
Good.
beast.
Right on. Awesome dudes. Coots, all of them. Steve Mazar, Rain, and Jason. So you're so lucky to have that. And I am still blown away that you started selling T-shirts of those fucking guys.
Yeah.
and now you. Amazing, just amazing, and now you're videographer master in all of this stuff.
I owe this, this new career. I mean, before then I was just like a visual artist and designer.
Yeah, amazing.
I owe this whole transition in my life to those guys.
It's funny how it all works
awesome.
out, eh? Yeah, it really is awesome.
Appreciative for that, for sure.
So what's the future look like for you coming up, mister, in terms of the next end of 2021 into 2022?
Fuck, I
don't know. Me neither.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I got some stuff on the go with work and stuff, and
cool. You always got something going on. So hey, that's a perfect answer. It's hilarious.
No, I'm just trying to enjoy. I mean, I think the last
just doing the. So where does Trusty Truster come from? I got to know this.
Kind of kick back for a bit, and just fucking enjoy it.
I think it's changed. I think it's changed everybody in a way. So many more people are loving working from home. I think you're going to see that become almost not so much the norm, but maybe it will be. It's definitely changed perspective in so many ways.
Yeah. Created a fair bit of assholes too, but hey.
It sure has.
We know who they are now. It's great.
It sure has. So, shit. I asked you something before. You weren't listening because you were talking. I interrupted you, and I forget what I asked. But it doesn't matter. We'll move on. Maybe it was in my notes here. No, it's gone. So. The band, your band, Inland Doves, are we going to have... Well, we don't know when the album's coming out. Maybe, probably, I'm going to guess early 2022 because you're taking the time, the summer and stuff, as you said. But are we going to see... We'll see the album drop. Will there be merch with this stuff? Or how big are we going to take Inland Doves?
Man, I think those videos have 500 views and shit,
Yeah.
Dude, this was just something...
Just a fun side project or what?
It's like... the same reason, you go take a fucking course. It's, you want to learn something, to do something, and see something through. So, I've always, I'd probably make 5 to 10 songs a year, just fucking around, but nothing cohesive. And so this was just I want to name. I mean, I found the fucking name on literally bandnamegenerator.net or something. It just has
I was going to ask you where the band Inland Doves comes from. There you go.
I live in Parkdale, so there's fucking pigeons everywhere. I'm like, those are pretty much inland doves.
Yeah, pretty much, right?
So,
as opposed
that picture,
to
The
An
Almar
outland
picture.
dove would be a seagull, maybe. A shit hawk.
Yeah, something. So, and then that picture for the album art, I that's my photo. I fucking took it. That's what a sunset in Valley looks like. And the videos I make it. Oh shit, Jose.
There's Jose. I forgot to put these up whilst we were talking. So there she is. She's a lovely looking vessel, mister.
Dude.
And
we are in love.
then you named it Jose. And there's the logo.
Came with the name, man.
Oh, it did. Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you.
That was a big selling point, actually.
No way.
Didn't want to go through the hassle of renaming a boat,
Yeah, right. Holy.
You got to do the paperwork shit, but then there's the whole, pray to Poseidon bullshit with burning documents and smashing bottles.
It's bottles on it and stuff. Yeah. No shit, right? Well, listen, dude.
A beautiful, beautiful. She's a great boat, and fuck.
I'm glad you guys found each other. That's super awesome, and it sounds like you're enjoying it. I've seen you updated the head. You put in some work to the bathroom there.
Yeah. Oh, dude, she's looking great, man.
Attaboy.
My girlfriend recovered all the upholstery and shit with this beautiful green velvet stuff. And
nice.
Painted it, and did some stuff. Some look at these beautiful raw canvas drapes.
Solid.
It's great
dude.
stuff, pal. But
it is.
Just I don't know. I'm just loving it.
Right on.
Fun
well,
to
listen.
take her out for rips and not cheap.
Yeah,
on gas, but hey,
you be safe out there. It's Georgia Bay is full of rocks, mister.
And full of idiots too.
That as
idiots with bigger boats than mine.
Bigger and faster, right? So to get out to the areas like Giant's Tomb and Beausoleil and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean ripping through Beausoleil. I mean that's fucking 15 minutes from here.
Yeah, it's not far.
To, Giant's Tomb and stuff like that. We were actually supposed to go tomorrow. Leave tomorrow on a rendezvous with a bunch of other boats from the marina, but a lot of them left today.
Okay.
You get two groups, right? You get the guys that fucking hammer it, and then you get other guys that they're rolling at 10 knots or something. But tomorrow we're gonna leave at 9 a.m. But everyone's gonna be ripping at fucking 25 knots, and I'm like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna cruise out.
Fucking
You're not gonna miss anything,
boat.
mister.
I just not gonna push those motors like that for 4 hours to Perry Sound or whatever the fuck it was. It's
right.
So we're just gonna hang, and I think I would go over see my buddies across the bay. Might go to his cousin tomorrow.
Hey, I got a great Georgia Bay story. I just reminded myself. Were you at the show by chance when Our Lady Peace played for the Blackberry guy up in Honey Harbor?
Yeah.
Were you there?
Yeah. So it's actually 2 weeks ago. I was over. We were over at a friend's cottage, and he's just across the bay here. And it was somewhere right around there. I can't recall where it was, but dude, were you there?
Me and a bunch of friends. My buddy was in the ice industry. He's
that was a
father.
Private party, Greg.
It was a private party, and so we weren't welcome. But we did have intel that it was happening. My buddy, I played hockey with a bunch of dudes back then, and his dad owned the ice company, and they delivered the ice for the show. So they found out what was going on. They all live in that area.
About this gig because of the guy who owns the ice company.
Yep, his son delivered the ice. So he texts me. He knows we were all big Our Lady Peace fans. So he goes, dude, he's playing at this Blackberry cottage. So we got. I don't
think it was Basili's place though.
I don't think it was Basili's, but I think it was his partner or something.
Yeah.
Because the place was massive.
There were some heavy fucking high-end guys there.
Oh,
remember the guy showed up on his helicopter? All of a sudden, this guy just comes in and lands in his chopper. I was like, what the fuck? And the poor chopper pilot's hanging out for 2 hours while
no way. I missed that.
Yeah, fuck.
But we all pulled up I didn't have a boat, but I think there was about 3 or 4 boats. We all went out. We docked politely far enough out, we heard and slightly saw. We were a little bit out, but heard and saw the entire show, and it was awesome. We had a great time.
It was a fun day, man.
So
we went to we went to Sarnia the next day, so just made it part of that run.
Nice.
And so we just went up to this gig, and like, you know, the guy who owned the cottage, like, you want to take the jet skis out, you want to do this, and the guy, you know, they had all their fucking food trucks and like all that.
Yeah.
It was awesome, and it's not, you know, I mean, it's still a work day.
We pirated the island after the show.
Pardon me?
We pirated the island after the show. So once it was done, we saw a bunch of boats pull out and took off. So we were like, oh, there's some parking spots. And so we thought, well, why not? We'll just go up and say hello. So we pulled up. Nobody came out to greet us or anything. So we just tied up and we just walked in like we belonged there. And we hobnobbed. We hobnobbed around.
Did I not see you there?
Dude, we wouldn't have known each other at this time. Well, I probably did see you, but
I remember people talking about some dudes that just came ashore.
Yeah, we did. We got caught
hanging out.
We got caught inside the house. Actually, we met one of the kids, and the kid's like, "Come on inside! Oh, you should see the bar inside." So we all prayed inside, and the only reason we got caught was because we're inside, and we're like, holy shit, this is so fucking cool. I can't believe we're here. Look at this bar. And we're doing shots, and the kid's like underage. He wasn't doing the shots, but he was like, oh, no, guys, help yourself. And but the fucking windows were open. And
the bus still there?
Yeah, some Yenta walked by outside, and she heard us going on about our pirating the property. Anyway, she sung us out, and we politely somewhat got asked to leave promptly.
But were we still there?
Now we caught it when we first got there. Well, we saw the band and stuff off in the distance and that, but we didn't want to get too close into the major action out over there. So we stayed on the perimeter of the action, if you will, and then a few of us found our way into the house.
I remember like how small that fucking stage was, and it's like, you know, it's one of those like truck stages, like the little one.
Just put like a pop up right there.
It's got like it's got like 2 red lights, 2 green lights, and like a white one. It was like fucking looked like a school dance.
Hey, it still looked cool from the water though.
I mean, they you know, whoever,
it was a great show.
That guy was who hired the band, they definitely got their fucking money's worth out of that, because that was a good gig, man.
That was a great gig, and it's a night I'll never forget.
Best part was, like, I didn't have to deal with any like meet and greet shit or VIP stuff or like filming. This is like private party. Like, what am I gonna film? Like, you know, people are in front of the stage, just like, it's not like filming a gig.
Yeah, exactly.
So I was just like hanging out, man. I was like, this is great. I'm on like some fucking island on Georgian Bay, watching like one of my favorite bands. This kid.
Life's good, eh? It's funny how it all works out.
I don't think on my invoice, because I think we did like 3 shows on that in those days, and I do recall that I did not bill for that day, because I was like, well,
it was just
I got to go
one of those good days.
OLP on an island, that was great.
Yeah. How do you charge for that?
It was free beer. It was a fucking dynamite.
Right. Well, listen, mister, you're a funny, great guy. I can't thank you enough for taking the time to come on Bondzee Live on Trippin' with Bondzee and the Dean Blundell Network. It's been a blast, dude. We've been yammering for a while. I'm glad you got your
watching us right now.
He might have tuned in earlier. It's past his bedtime now. I know that for a fact.
He's looking like the guy from Metallica these days.
He does. He's
got that fucking James Hetfield going strong. I like it.
He's definitely got the look going on.
Yeah.
And I'm proud to be as part of his network. It's been a blast. Everybody on there has loved what I brought to the network, including his podcast and then my own show. So it's been a trip.
Killing it.
I appreciate that, dude.
I love seeing this. You're just fucking killing it. And like I told you when we were talking yesterday, you know, privately, of course.
Yeah.
Excuse me. It's awesome just to see you like cut out to Nicaragua, and then you fucking hit me up telling me you bought a Prevost and you're gonna just rip around, and I'm like, who the fuck is this guy, man?
Yeah, what a maniac.
It's really cool, and then just, you know, seeing you vibe with your kids and stuff, and seeing them have success. I mean, it's obviously, you know, in part to do with just the way you live your life and all that shit, and
yeah, thanks,
dude,
man.
It's awesome, and I really appreciate you reaching out to me, and it's nice to connect again. I mean, it's been a fucking while.
It has been.
I really appreciate you having me, man.
Yeah, you did a video for me back a little while ago, which I super appreciate, and I'd love to get you for
Elvis.
more. Yeah, the Elvis with the Graceland. What a pisser
You
that
were
place was.
excited to be there.
Oh, I was, because listen, I was never an Elvis guy, and I literally only went there because of me mom. She was a huge Elvis guy. She never got to go, so I was like, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get as much footage and photos as I can, strictly for my mom, so she can have somewhat of an experience. And I sent you a ton of footage, and I thought you put together an amazing video. And
Thanks,
so.
man.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure reconnecting with you, and listen, hopefully we can do something in the future. You never know. And
We gotta play some fucking whack-a-ball, you know?
we got to play some whack fuck. We got to boat on Georgian Bay if my ass ever gets back to
man.
Canada. And yeah, I really appreciate you, Trusty Truster. It's been a blast having you on the show.
Dude, thank you so much. This has been fun.
Yeah, it sure has. I hope everybody loved it as much as I did. Be safe out there on Georgian Bay, mister. It's that waters are no joke.
Well, that tide behind you's looking like it's pulling, but so.
Yeah, right. Thanks for letting me use your photo of the album cover of Inland Doves. Go check them out on YouTube. Hey, let's show some love. We got the guy needs it. They're cool songs or cool videos, so go check it out, folks. It's Trusty Truster at Trusty Truster on Twitter, Instagram. You got www.cutcartel.com is your company,
It's
right? So
cutcartel.com.
what did I say?
Cut Cartel. I think it's some fucking barber or something. I'm really pissed about it still. I mean, it's a
Right
great
on.
name
So-
for a barbershop. Let's not, we
Yeah,
don't
right.
kid ourselves.
So if you need a video made, this dude is where it's at. So again, thank you so much for joining me on Bondzee Live. You've been a real treat, bud.
Dude, thank you, man. Let's keep in touch, my man.
You bet. Take care, bud. Be safe out there.
All right, bud. Ciao.
Awesome. Ciao. Wow. Jeez, there's just some people in this world that you kind of just jam and gel with and connect with, and Rich is one of those guys. From the second he was standing beside me at that Burlington show, and I'm like, "Hey, Trusty Truster, it's Bondzee. Remember, we're social media pals." Well, ever since we still have been, and the dude's an amazing talent, from videography to directing video, everything, dude. He's the real deal. Amazing artist. Like again, look at these pictures he did for Our Lady Peace. My God, I can't wait. I can't wait for this album to drop. It's coming soon. What a treat. Anyways, real pleasure to have Rich on the show. Okay, that's it I had so much more, but I didn't know how it was going to go, and we'd wrap for this long. So the show's been going on for an hour and 34 minutes, and that's enough. Well, Bonzarelli hasn't even eaten yet. Went to the gym, straight back here, got ready, and so now old Tubby needs to eat. Thanks for joining me. It's been another great Bondzee Live on Tripping with Bondzee on YouTube, the Dean Blundell Network. Go check out the amazing content on there there's not only just me, there's a ton of other amazing podcasters and more joining all the time. So much great content over there. If you're bored, just hop on over to deanblundell.com. Check out my blogs, so many of my other colleagues' blogs as well, and their podcasts, because there's a ton of good ones on there. Excuse me. I've coughed way less tonight, by the way. Have you noticed? And I barely said the F word. My parents better be watching, for fuck's sakes. Sorry, Mom, if you were. Just kidding. Guys, that's it. That's all. Huge thanks. And once again to Rich Misener, Trusty Truster. If you need a video done, go check it out. Go check out his YouTube channel or YouTube videos, Inland Doves. I think he's got something there, but he's hard on himself, Anyways, go check him out and show him some love. Hit me up on social media and show me some love, for Christ's sakes. It's enough. Go to Trippin' with Bondzee on YouTube. It's free to subscribe. Just hit that little subscribe button thingy. Give me some likes on the podcast, on the shows, on the videos I drop. I just dropped an amazing video of me going up a tram with Tucky. We went on a huge hike in the what was it called? Mount San Jacinto State Park. which is like 8,000 feet up in the mountains, a state park way up there. I went, by the way. It was awesome. Check out the video I dropped. It's only like 11 or 12 minutes. Don't tell me you don't have 12 minutes. Go show a like, drop a comment, say, Bondzee, that was so awesome. Love it. Yeah, and go follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram as well. It's all at Bondzee Live. All right, that's it. Love y'all. Have a great weekend, by the way. What else have I got in store? I don't know. We'll surprise you for Monday. Don't forget, we got John Angus from the Trues coming up on August 16th. That's going to be a great show and interview. Can't wait to talk to that guy. Amazing musician. Yeah, and I'll surprise you for Monday's guest. Stick around. We'll see you. It's Bondzee Live, Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays on Trippin' with Bondzee on YouTube and the Dean Blundell Network. Before I go, one quick shout out to my sponsor, FX, Restore FX Burloak. I'm trying to do 5 things at once here, so suck it. My producer dropped out. He must have had internet problems, so I'm doing this alone, okay? It's just me. Thanks to everybody for watching the show tonight. You guys have been great. James Foy tuned in. Lorraine tuned in from up in the Kingston region. We got Addie Ham gave me a shout out. Said Bondzee! Anna Pickering. Who else? So many more. I seen people tune in. Kathy Janak, thanks for joining. Derek Jerome. Who else? Dion tuned in. We got Jack, Aaron Haynes, so many other people. Thanks, guys. You're the best. Oh, and congrats again to the ladies for winning Canada's first ever gold medal in soccer. So that's an amazing win. Good for them. They kick some ass and beat the States. That's the best part. Anyways, if your car's nicked, dinged, scratched, just looks dull, sun faded, maybe, if you will, go check out my boy at Restore FX, Burloak location. That's right on the border of Burlington and Oakville. If you didn't know, he will have your car looking shiny and brand new again. Okay. Their patented technology is next to none. You'll take your car there. It'll look like shit when you pick it up. Ta-da! It'll look amazing. Okay. So go check them out. That's Restore FX, Burloak location. Go see my boy BC. Mention Bondzee. You'll get 10% off. And yeah, drop that promo code and you're good to go. Enjoy your weekend. Peace and love. Pip, pip. Bye.